world's turned upside down this summer. Solidarity, which once spoke from jails and in street protests, will rule Poland. The Soviet Union, which repressed Hungary with blood and iron in the 1950s, Czechoslovakia in the 1960s, looks on quietly. What's going on?
They look at Poland and Hungary and East Germany and Czechoslovakia and their headaches. And finally, Gorbachev is smart enough to say, why do I want headaches when I could have something more pleasant?
So I don't think it's good for Gorbachev, but I don't think he knows, I don't think he can figure out what to do about it.
His effort to win friends and help from Western Europe would go down the drain completely if he makes any move outside of his own borders.
Most experts say the Soviets won't intervene. Some argue Moscow is better off with prosperous neighbors, Finland, Austria, than with creaky satellites manufacturing discontent and shoddy goods. But there may be a more profound reason: trouble in the Soviet soul.
They've lost that vision. They've lost the self-confidence in their own system that tells them what to do in these situations.
What they're saying is, we're so screwed up as a political system and as an economic system, we have no right as a society to impose it on anyone else. We don't even want to impose it on ourselves.
The Soviets are struggling with democracy, actually voting for and against things, getting used to politicians like Boris Yeltsin, who press flesh and flirt with crowds like Western candidates. And they are coping, too, with an amazing resurgence of nationalism. Ethnic groups like Estonians, Latvians, ethnic groups like Georgians, Armenians, saying, we want to be countries.
Clearly, nationalism has been the more durable force by far than communism.
Is the empire breaking up?
History would suggest that empires tend to do this. By historical standard, one could argue it's about time. Just because the Soviet empire collapses, it doesn't necessarily mean the Soviet Union collapses.
But it is changing amazingly. Stalin's Soviet Union, Leonid Brezhnev's, those countries are gone, and a new Soviet Union is being born. In the process, Eastern Europe has gained a measure of freedom, and the lives of people everywhere will change. Bruce Morton, CBS News, Washington.